All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the GospelStation.com Sports and Talk and Gospel Station Sports and Talk on Facebook this time. We're live at Chelino's Mexican Restaurant out here in Yukon, 1227 South Garth Brooks Boulevard for our monthly 2-hour show. This is the Game Plan with Luke Young and special guest Blake Vance joining this one. Blake, we just got done with baseball today. We had an interesting couple of games that we're going to go over later here, to put it nicely.
Interesting is a very nice way to put that. That was something.
But you didn't know you were going to be coming out here and doing this one today. You had no idea. I surprised you with it.
You definitely did. I'm ready to go, though.
Hey, we're ready to go, too. And thanks again to Chelino's for hosting the show. They've been serving Oklahoma since 1989. And, of course, it's $8.99 enchilada night. We love coming out here for this one. Bring the whole crew by, okay? $8.99 enchilada night, that's a deal that literally can't be beat. So you're going to be able to feed the entire one.
I gotta see what this deal's all about.
Oh, yeah, they got good stuff here. Not just enchiladas, but quesadillas, burritos, tacos. They got everything on this giant menu here. If you're watching on Facebook, you can see it there, giant menu. Some of those enchiladas include things like the enchilada suizas, the enchilada dinner, which I have had before. I can attest. It is pretty good. So come by Chelino's, 1227 South Garth Brooks, and dine in tonight. Feed the whole family on this Wednesday evening. All right, Blake, well, it's past 5 o'clock p.m., so we're officially underway. We just drew attention to it, but we got done with high school baseball earlier today. A doubleheader against the John Marshall Bears for the Bethany Broncos. Ended up being a 12-0 and a 10-0 win for the Bethany Broncos. They remain undefeated in district.
They do, and they have not surrendered an earned run in a few games, too. So that's really good, and we said it on the earlier broadcast. You take the easy ones whenever you can get them, because whenever they start getting whenever the games start getting harder, you want those in your back pocket, just so you might drop one here or there. You already have one that you're game ahead for.
And when you first brought that point up, you drew the comparison to the Oklahoma City Thunder right now. You know, they started off the season on pace for a record-breaking year.
Exactly.
Then they get hurt throughout the middle of it, late middle of it, and they've lost a couple here. They're having to bring some people in and off the bench, but they've still maintained their number one spot in the West because of how good their start was.
Yeah, absolutely. And you always want that, because I mean the Warriors did when they went 73-9. I think they won like almost 30 games in a row to start the season, and then they end up breaking the Bulls record. Didn't work out for them in the end, which I was pretty happy about, because OKC dropped the 3-1 lead, but we won't talk about that just yet.
Yeah.
But they're doing really well. They've won, I think, their last 7 games in a row. They've only dropped one to UConn earlier this season. I think it was the 3rd game of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right.
They lost that one, I believe, 8-0. Their only other 3 losses were in that total tournament, so they're off to a really good start.
Yeah, and we all know how good UConn is in Class 6A. They've become a powerhouse.
They have been a powerhouse for a while. They missed a couple of years, but they've been a powerhouse for quite some time.
Yeah, and that's against great competition. Great, I mean, Mustangs at 6A school. You've got all the Tulsa schools in 6A. I'm thinking like Owasco, and I'm thinking all of these Class 6A schools that are so good in baseball specifically that UConn is having to contend with.
Yes, I mean, UConn baseball has sent. I don't recall the names off the top of my head right now, but they've sent a handful of guys that I went to school with to the pros. So some of them are their career capped out at AAA. Some made it to the majors for a little bit, and there's been a lot that just they went pro at one level or another in pro baseball. I've got one guy I graduated with who was a party animal in banana ball. So he's a good time. Shout out Joe Lytle if you're watching. And he actually recently hit for the cycle not too long ago, so that was pretty interesting.
Nice. You'll have to give me a We got to bring him on a show sometime.
Yeah, we're going to have to try to see if we can get him on that.
UConn stands atop District 6A1 with a 6-0 district record. They're tied with Edmond Memorial right now. Mustang is 5-1. Edmond Santa Fe is 5-3. Westmore's 2-4. Putnam City West 1-4. Eisenhower and U.S. Grant both winless, 0-5 and 0-6 respectively. And I mean, even right there, Edmond Memorial, team we hadn't mentioned yet, they're also tied for that top spot. It just goes to show how good the competition is at the 6A level. And I'm looking at the upcoming schedule here. UConn and Santa Fe play on April 6th and 7th. So they're lined up for a head-to-head clash here that, who knows, we might have to get out and catch one or two of them.
Oh, yeah, we will absolutely have to if we can get around to it. I would love to. I mean, I know our Bethany fans here probably wouldn't like me too much during those games, but yeah, I would absolutely love to have a game. My current place of employment, let's say, and my old high school. So that'd be a lot of fun.
It was pretty fun the last time we got out there. That
It
was
was.
for sure. Going back down to Class 4A, through District 4A3, Sulphur's on top, 8-0 district record, tied with Tuttle, who also has an 8-0 record. Bethany now 6-0. They were 4-0 before the doubleheader we played today. Thankfully, that got rescheduled and all fixed up, so we're good. 6-0 with Tuttle on the horizon. And let's preview that game for a little bit. The Bethany Broncos, the Tuttle Tigers, they saw each other just once in the tournament.
They did, and it did not end well for the Broncos. The Tuttle Tigers, if I remember right, they had quite a good game against the Broncos, and we'll also be covering the Tuttle Tigers just a little bit this fall too. So
Yeah, and I know you're looking forward to that one a lot. Defending state champion Tuttle Tigers, and you get to catch them on the follow-up year.
oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. I just came back from living in Texas, and I heard probably around probably around February, Marchish that they were state champions in football. So I'm looking forward to another really good season. I look forward to meeting some of the guys and seeing if they can get the repeat.
A lot of those football players actually also do play baseball. And again, we saw them down there. Jet McCoy, the name that comes to mind.
Jet McCoy, yep.
For these games, also on the 6th and 7th, so it looks like we might have our hands tied.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Rivalry matchup in 4A. Might not get to that 6A
yeah,
one.
I believe Jet McCoy in that very first game that we had, he had a two pitch at bat that he just took yard to the left field side.
Yeah.
If I remember right. So he's quite the athlete.
Yeah, and very clearly that hasn't slowed down. Tuttle's 1 or 2, let's see, they are at, make sure I say this right. Their one season loss came to 4A Mount St. Mary, it looks like. Which MSM, they might not be the team you think about when you think powerhouses in different sports around the state. Well, I say that, but they are in volleyball for sure. But
Mount St. Mary's is really good in volleyball.
Really good, but they very consistently put it on some of the top teams. I mean, basketball, volleyball, baseball, clearly they're a team to watch out for in the 4A sphere as well. I'm going to go down and look at some of these other districts and see if I can't find what we're looking at. Here we go. District 4A1, Mount St. Mary on top. 14-3 overall record, 7-0 district. They're on top of a Heritage Hall, Weatherford, Elk City district. That's pretty good there. Lone Grove and Elgin tied in District 4A2 with 8-0 records apiece. Community Christian a 6-0 in that one. Actually all three teams in those 14 wins or more.
14 wins or more. That's not easy this early in the season at all.
And, of course, we've gone through District 4A3 with Sulphur, Tuttle, and Bethany, the top three. District 4A4, that's Blanchard, Chickashays. Blanchard and Chickasha actually both have 13 wins, but Blanchard is 8-0 in district, Chickasha 7-1. Kingfisher in the number 3 spot, Hera rounds out the top 4. In 4A5, Bing and Ada are on top, but Bing has kind of set themselves apart. Only undefeated record in that district, 10-6 season record. That's 4A5, and there's a lot of districts in 4A this year, by the way.
Yeah.
4A6, Berry Hill, Skytook, 16-4, 14-6, both undefeated in district play. They've got a little head-to-head going on there. It seems to be pretty fun. Ooliga and Verdigris. Listen, we saw the Mustangs back in that Tuttle tournament, okay?
Did we ever?
I will say they played Bethany. They made us look bad, but then Tuttle played Ooliga and made Ooliga look bad.
Yeah.
That's maybe just how good Tuttle is.
The horse race, as we called it, at the Mustangs and the Broncos right there.
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous.
That was quite something.
Clearly, Ooliga has only continued that trend on their season. They have a loss to, looks like, Kansas, out of Kansas, number 12 up there in that state. That was on the 27th, and then a pair of losses to Chickasha and Tuttle, which we've already talked about. So they only have 4 on the season, but they're undefeated in district, as is Verdigris. And in 4A8, our final district here, 3 undefeated district teams, Salsaw, Hilldale, and Broken Bow, with Salsaw actually a perfect 16-0 on the year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive at this point in the season, about halfway done.
That is incredible.
They're playing teams like looking through their lineup here. They've actually got some out-of-state stuff too. It looks like, but they played in the Tiger Zebra Classic, which is Skiatook, Lincoln Christian, Okta. Those are good teams there, even, and they're still getting these wins. Even a 3-2 extra innings win against Podio to start off the season.
Hey, it don't matter how you get the win.
It doesn't matter. Only that's a win in the right column, right?
it all shows up the same.
Well, that's your kind of recap on baseball this spring. Now, of course, some other sports are been playing. We're about halfway through segment number 1. We caught – actually, before I do this, anything else you want to add on to baseball?
I don't think so. We haven't had a chance to really, aside from the tournament, get out to Tuttle and really check out the way their baseball team's looking. I mean, aside from Jet McCoy, that's the only one we really know that well. But Bethany has been on an absolute tear recently, and I look for them to continue that.
I've got one more thing I can add, just to give us a little bit something extra. We played it a couple times. Let's play it one more time, if I can find it up here. Let's find the Coach Lee 200-win interview, if I can.
Oh, yeah, that was a fun interview.
Run through it on my list here. There it is. I saw it flash by. All right, let's kick it to this. Head coach Robert Lee after his 200th win on the year.
All right, folks, we're back at the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. We got the man himself, Cooper Willis, right here. 10 strikeouts on the day, a couple of hits to his name. How you feel about that win today?
Great. I just trusted my team and pounded the zone, just did my job and let them try to hit, but, didn't happen.
Well, I mean, when you got guys like McLaren and Burleson out here, it's real easy to throw some strikes, isn't it?
Yeah, outstanding job by my defense. Shout out to my boy Brody. Great plays. Consciousness. I love them.
Yeah, so you got 200 wins for Coach. How's that feel?
Just give it up to Coach. Oh, my. Great job, Coach. That's awesome.
I'm old.
Coach, 200 wins, that's not an easy thing to do. How's it feel like getting it with these guys?
Awesome. I tried to say that in our group talk down there and just butchered it, but it means a lot. I mean, when you get to do this with people you love, it means everything. And so it's just been a great night. They're on a nice little run, and we want to kind of keep it going. So it's pretty good.
I mean, 6 wins in a row, that's not too bad. I mean, you got all these guys right here that really help get you going.
Oh, yeah.
We got the best with Cooper over here.
There's not too many dull moments. Just look at us. So it's pretty like this every day.
We got all these guys here.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's
they're
good.
a fun bunch. Where is Cruz here? Cruz told me to shut up whenever he caught that out in right field. All right. Well, there you have it. Cooper Willis, Coach. Congratulations on 200 wins. We got a ball right there. There it is. There it is.
At least he took the ball.
All right. Congrats, Coach.
Thank you.
Got it.
That's a fun one. That's a fun one to go back and watch. We were
That
just
was a really
talking,
fun
we were
one.
laughing about a perfect game ball toss. By the
Oh,
way.
absolutely. That I almost tried to reach out and grab it, but I figured Coach might not appreciate that too much.
Probably not. Was it Broyles or Willis who tossed that out? Do we remember?
It was Willis.
It was Willis. That makes sense. He's a pitching coach.
Yeah.
He would hit his spot. Yeah.
He knows how to hit his spot pretty
Yeah.
consistent, kind of like his son.
Exactly. No, that was a fun one. It's such a cool occasion to be out there for 200 wins. We saw them hit win number 10 on the season today. I mean, it just feels like it's kind of milestone after milestone with this team.
Yeah, recently it really
for a
feels
team
like it.
that, by the way, was right on state tournament level last year.
Oh yeah, I heard that they were pretty good last year. I haven't seen like the records or anything like that, but I know that you probably know a little bit more than I do about that.
So I can show you a pretty cool thing you can do on OSSA rankings right now. They hold schedules and seasons up to about 5-6 years in the past. So you can go down and click on baseball and go through some of these old seasons. It's very, very nice. Bethany was 29-6 last year. They made it
29-6.
Yes, they made it to the state tournament, got one win against Elk City, but eventually lost to the state champions, the Blanchard Lions. So it was a very successful season. And so far, I mean, they look to be rebounding pretty well with a very young squad.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, aside from tournament play, they've only lost one game on the year, so they're pacing very, very good.
Well, let's quit talking about baseball for a second here because you and I could probably talk about it for the entire show. But
We could definitely talk Bethany baseball for the entire show.
we do have another team for the Bethany High School Broncos that we've been following a little bit. That's our soccer teams,
Yes.
which, speaking of state champions, Bethany girls, led by Coach Sean Williams, were the state champions in 2025, and they came out and showed Ada what was up last night.
God, did they? Did they ever? They got out to a very, very early lead and never looked back from that. Her name's escaping me right now. Number 3,
Camera Gear.
Cameron Gear. She had a hat trick basically in 30 minutes, and then she followed up and got one more goal, and had a couple of assists to her name too. So, these Bethany Bronco girls are looking to do the exact same thing this year.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I've never seen anybody put that many goals on the board that fast in my life, by the way.
That is true.
I mean, it shows you why she's a captain, right?
Oh, absolutely. You're gonna, and I believe they got another year of her, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
she's a junior.
Yeah, she's gonna be a problem for this 4A 4A class for a couple of years.
Already has been. Soccer is halfway through their season. Currently, the Bethany girls 6-3. They have one loss to 4A Weatherford, a loss to 5A Santa Fe South, and a loss to 6A Yukon. Everything they played, save that first one when they didn't have everybody on the roster on the field, they've won against Class 4A.
That they have, and that's been the story with both squads, the boys and the girls, because both times, both things that we saw, the girls are doing a little bit better than the boys, but they're now at full strength, and you're seeing it in this game that we had last night.
Bethany's district includes Community Christian, Ada, Mount St. Mary, Cache, Hara, Chickasha, Medill, and Ardmore. So a lot of, as we said, very winnable games. But, hey, I'm circling Mount St. Mary as a potential upset alert, apparently.
Mount St. Mary, yeah.
They get them in all sports.
That's very potential.
But they've got to end the season strong and they're going to set themselves up well for playoffs. I mean, there's just no question about that. I wanted to ask you, though, and you and Chris, who, by the way, shout out Chris for coming on the broadcast last night. That was great. You and he both pointed out their fundamentals as maybe their best aspect.
Yeah, their fundamentals were incredible. Like, I'm not a huge soccer watcher, so outside of probably the World Cup, obviously, but yeah, they were incredible. The cohesiveness of the entire unit. Like, Cam was getting involved. There was a bunch of other girls getting involved. Everybody seemed to want to get somebody else the ball. It was almost like they did a really good job of passing to each other without overpassing. And whenever somebody saw an opening, they went ahead and took it. So whenever you have a team that likes to share the ball, you're going to get a lot of goals, obviously.
They did last night. Yeah, some names that come back to mind. Camera Gear, obviously, but we called Reese Harris a lot. We called Jossie Hernandez's name a lot. Jocelyn Balderas. I remember calling Rios and Matthew. A lot of these starters, as you mentioned,
A lot of familiar
involved.
names right there.
Yeah, very, very involved. And didn't matter if you were a forward, midfielder, defender. I mean, everybody was involved.
They all were. It was and the defense was just smothering last night. It was very rare for those Ada girls to get across midfield. So I think the entire game they might have gotten it across midfield like a total of 6 times, maybe. I don't even remember.
I would actually believe that if that was the official stat, just based on what we remember watching for that one.
Well, and 3 of those were in the second half when the Bethany girls let off the gas with the last 10 minutes, and they end up getting mercy ruled. But, yeah, it was an incredible spectacle to watch with that.
Some other district standings here for girls soccer. Weatherford sits on top 4A2. They are undefeated on the year, 8-0. Grove is on top of 4A3 with a 6-2 overall record. In District 4A4, Metro Christian and Victory Christian are neck and neck with 5 wins apiece. Metro Christian 1 less loss, though. Interestingly, some of those other schools have not started playing district games yet. It's really 4A1 and 4A2 that have only started district.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Usually you have at least one or two this early in the season, but I'm seeing the same thing, that they're the only ones that have played district. But, of course, whenever you have them later in the year, you have some wins built up out of district, and that can help you with district play whenever you can drop one or two and still be in contention for the playoffs.
And if you needed another reason to potentially circle Mount St. Mary as the next matchup, they and Bethany are the only 6-win teams in District 4A1, though Mount St. Mary has already taken one district loss against Hera.
Yes, Bethany though has six more points than Mount St. Mary's does, so that could make it very interesting.
And I am not the person to try and explain district points to you. Don't ask me.
I can't
do
really
it.
either, but I know a guy that might be able to help us out on that.
I've never been able to explain that one. Figure out the OSSA's
I believe it's something like score differential or something like that. I don't know off the top of my head, but
I mean that probably means marginal, marginal
something
points,
like that.
Something like that. Well, that does it for the girls' talk here. With the little bit of time we have left in segment number 1, let's go over boys' soccer. Obviously, it was another. Was it a run rule last night, or
they didn't?
They did. It was 9-0, wasn't it?
Yeah,
yes.
they. You and Chris were giving me a little back and forth whenever I said they could potentially get up to 8 or 9.
I mean, it ended up being right there. Y'all were exactly right. So, hey, I didn't make a guess, so I can't say anything about it. Y'all had a good one there. Yeah, 9-0 win for the guys over Ada again. And now that they're on the back half of their season, it's all district from here on out. Their next game is Cash, then Hera after that. Again, those are big, big matchups for them. But you look at this guys' team that just broke a 2-loss streak. They had a heartbreaker OT loss to Ponca City and Stillwater Cup. Obviously, Ponca City is a 6A school. That's a really good squad. Come off that with a heartbreaker, drop another one to Stillwater. Then you finally get back to 4A competition, and you get right back in the win column. That's got to feel good for them.
That absolutely, and it helps that they got guys like Denton Jaggers back and all that. Like they had a handful of guys playing some other sports, so that might have something to do with the early losses this season. I mean, Jaggers, what can you say about him? But he can just rocket that ball down the field, and had it not been for a couple of misses and a couple of Ada defenders getting on some balls, they could have mercy ruled them too. So,
yeah, it very, very well could have been that mercy rule. I mean, they had to make some crazy defensive plays.
They definitely did, and I mean, we said their names a lot. The Zelasquez boys, they were all over the place too.
Yeah, let's go through some of those names. Seth Griner was the starting goalkeeper. Obviously, he was a basketball kid too. Also runs track. He and Jaggers, and you see Cody Martin in there and Griffin Tarrant in there, all basketball kids that led them to a state tournament appearance this year. Getting them back was only ever going to be an improvement for this team. And other names, Weston Hofar, we called out a lot. Cesar Garcia, Brian Zellareyes, Jessier Zellareyes. They had a great job. Maddox George, and you guys also gave a lot of props to Carter Buck and Tony Hernandez.
Oh yeah, Carter Buck was an animal on the defensive end. He chased down a few balls that I didn't even think he was going to be able to get to. I mean, I was really running the camera the whole time, but I would pan the camera. I was like, oh, is that Buck again? Like, it was crazy. He was all over the place, and the combination of speed and just nose for the ball, it just I haven't really seen that in somebody at the high school level at least.
Right.
And then the Velasquez boys, and I said it last night, but it was kind of like those who remember back 2013, 2014-ish, whenever LeBron got upset that Kawhi Leonard got back in the game, that's what it looked like for some of these guys. Every time one of the Velasquez boys came out and another one they're like, oh, come on, give us a break, will you? Like, we are out of breath. You saw it at the very end of the game. They were toast.
There was no break for the Ada Cougars, not last night. Some other district standings, Harding Charter and Clinton are tied in District 4A2 with a 2-0 record apiece. Harding Charter, an undefeated season for them. Clinton 6-2. In District 4A3, Summit Christian is 7-0 on the year, with Glenpool right behind them at 6-0. That's your 1-2 there. Salsaw and Wagoner 1-2 respectively in District 4A4. Salsaw 7-1 record, Wagoner 6-2, with Hilldale right behind them at 5-1. Out of these teams, I mean, you look at Summit Christian, a Harding Charter, and a Bethany at this point in the year, and you think you see again with like salsa thrown in there, you think you see kind of your top cut.
Yeah, there's several in here that like you don't really have to watch too many of the games. You just can look at their record and know they've been doing very well this season. Summit Christian, 7-0. That's not easy whenever you get to the high school level and beyond. It's hard to go undefeated through 7 to 10 games at any level, but especially at this level, you got to be doing something right if you're undefeated.
I would say, though, out of all those, Summit Christian and Grove might have the most interesting matchup. Summit Christian has played a lot of Class 3A schools, while Glenpool has had a much more balanced distribution between 5-4 and Class 3. So if there's any kind of change in leadership going to be happening throughout this year, I'd expect it in District 4A3.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, we're coming up on the end of segment number 1, so anything else you want to add on to our soccer talk?
I'll just keep doing what you're doing. Get Marquez the ball and get those Velasquez boys on the on the defensive end.
There you go. And before we go to break, let's play our little pregame interview we got with them and laugh about that for a second, and then we'll go right to our first break of the show. So enjoy this. This was the soccer pregame interview we got with the girls, and it was a lot of fun. We're here pregame with women's soccer. They're getting ready to play the Ada Cougars. We got the entire women's team here again. This is always great. Girls, how are we feeling today? What's the pregame vibe?
We're super excited. This is me and Cam's first home game back at our fields. Just super hyped. Yeah, we're super excited. First game back at home, so we're really excited.
Catch us up on this season so far. How's it gone for women's soccer?
We've done pretty good. Our first district game we won versus CCS. This is our second, so I'm excited to see what the rest of the season holds.
Yeah, this season's been good. Looking to make another deep run in playoffs. Hopefully it happens, but we've been having fun.
That's good to hear. All right, so the Ada Cougars come into town. How are you approaching this game?
They were a little late, but we're so excited. 12 minutes left of the clock. We got this.
Yeah, I think we're just excited, ready to get out there and have fun.
Hey, girls, look at what's going on behind you real quick. I mean, is there any way it could be any better than this?
No.
All right, last question. What's the favorite song on the game day playlist?
Trap Queen by Fetty Walks.
Yeah!
Women's soccer, everyone. Well, they were right to be excited before that game. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, they were having a good time.
They were right to be excited. Hey, we're coming up on the end of our first segment here. Done with our high school talk. Love doing this thing. Love capturing the Bethany Broncos. All those teams are a riot, and I can't imagine covering anybody else.
Oh, no, they're so much fun. I wouldn't want to be covering anybody else.
Let's go to our first break. Thanks to Chelino's Mexican Restaurant for hosting this episode of the Game Plan. It's our special 2-hour show out here in Yukon, Oklahoma. Chelino's serving Oklahoma since 1989. Enjoy their setup of chips, queso, salsa, and their freshly made tortillas with all your meals. We've got our chips out in front of us right now.
We do.
We'll start digging into those in break. Don't worry about it. But hey, when we come back, more about Chelino's, the menu, and all the deals they offer. $8.99 enchilada night. More on that when we come back.
The parking lots are full because it's always a celebration at Chelino's Mexican Restaurant in Yukon at 1227 Garth Brooks Boulevard in the Chisholm Shopping Center. With a traditional flair of Mexican casual dining where your meal always begins with complimentary chips, cheese, and salsa. Then a lengthy menu selection from fajitas, tacos, enchiladas, fish tacos, and so much more. You don't have to be shy at Chelino's. Ask for our daily specials and finish your meal with our sopapilla or pick something from our dessert menu. Oklahomans have chosen Chelino's Mexican Restaurants in Yukon at 1227 Garth Brooks Boulevard in the Chisholm Shopping Center. Call 405-350-2006.
Say aloha to your new favorite shaved ice and coffee shop, Aloha Shaved Ice. On the corner of Northwest 39th Expressway and Council. Aloha brings the summer vibes no matter what the weather looks like outside. Their year-round shaved ice means you get to enjoy classic flavors like grape, strawberry, and cotton candy, while their extensive selection of coffee complements that chill flavor perfectly. Looking for something different? Aloha has specialty drinks for days. Try the Banana Split, Fuzzy Monkey, Spider-Man, or Shrek. And trust us when we say that's only a small part of their specialty lineup. Sharp-eyed visitors may also notice Aloha's local support support and drinks like the Bethany Broncos, SNU Crimson Storm, SCU Eagles, and Boomer Sooner. You can enjoy games like chess or Candyland while you dine in the cozy atmosphere or sit outside and find yourself whisked away to the shore. Kick back with all your friends at Aloha, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. Call 405-633-7778 and remember that you can take that sunshine with you thanks to their drive-through lane. Aloha Shaved Ice and Coffee Shop, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. 405-633-7778. This is Blake Nightingale State Farm, your local insurance agent over at 7304 Northwest Expressway. Here to tell you more about the business is Blake himself.
Hi, my name is Blake Nightingale, State Farm insurance agent located at 7304 Northwest Expressway here in Oklahoma City. I've been a State Farm agent since 2018. We've got 5 licensed staff members here, and we do everything from auto, home, life insurance, and health insurance. And we're real passionate about helping people. And we love youth sports, and we sponsor a lot of local teams here. And so, like I always tell people, like a good neighbor, we're here to help you.
Just like you heard from Blake, Blake Nightingale State Farm is here to help you protect what's important to you because your car and home aren't just things. They're where you make your memories. Visit Blake and his friendly staff at 7304 Northwest Expressway and call them at 405-728-1313. Like a good neighbor, Blake Nightingale is there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, spring is here. And when you need help with all your tools, lawnmowers, and more, Evans Hardware out here in Midwest City is the place to be. 1021 South Douglas Boulevard. In the springtime, lawnmower maintenance is more important than ever. In Evans Hardware, it's the place to go for all your lawnmower maintenance tools. They've got seat repair, they've got brand new handles, blade sharpeners, and cleaners, and of course new belts line the walls as well. Remember, when you need lawnmower maintenance, power tools, stuff for the garden, and everything in between, Evans Hardware in Midwest City, 1021 South Douglas Boulevard is the place to go. Do it best here at Evans Hardware.
Here at Integrity, we're more than just a name.
We can be reached directly at 405-833-5992 or online at integrityheatingandair.com. Remember, we offer free estimates and second opinions on HVAC, plumbing, and electrical.
We offer a lot of services all around the metro. We go within 130 miles. Today here we want to show you our trailer. Basically what we consider angioplasty for your home, just like you would with surgery. We go in and kind of can save the pre-existing lines no matter the condition. Any old cast iron, any Orangeburg, any clay pipe that's pre-existing inside or outside, we can go in and completely reline the inside of that pipe to make it like it's brand new.
We recently did a house. It was 70 to 80 feet of liner. We left the house how we got there. We didn't have to break nothing up.
We are now taking care of a secondary branch line that goes to a bathroom. With us doing this, it makes sure that you get many, many years of service out of your line, and we're able to do as good of a job as we can.
Integrity Services, new location, but same great service you've come to know and love. We can be reached at 405-833-5992. Give us a call.
Give us a call.
C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience of product knowledge and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it, they will order it for you. Veteran owned and family operated. Call 405-789-8102. C&J Sporting Goods. At the home of the Gotta Have It, you'll find Apple Tree Antique Gallery, located in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Enjoy spacious shopping with up to 77 unique vendors across more than 10,000 square feet, offering everything from jewelry and clothing to one-of-a-kind treasures and so much more. Don't miss our 3rd Friday weekend specials every month, and yes, we're open Sundays. Call us at 495-0602. Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany, home of the Gotta Have It.
We return here for segment number 2 of the game plan live from Chelino's Mexican Restaurant out here in Yukon, 1227 South Garth Brooks Boulevard. It's our monthly show out here at Chelino's, enjoying the time, enjoying the environment, the atmosphere. In the background on our Facebook Live video, you can see everybody coming in. It's the lunch rush now. You were laughing about the DoorDash jingle that was playing here.
Yeah, the ding, 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 ding.
I never knew what that was. I always assumed it was like a door opening, maybe an order.
No, it's so I mean I only worked in restaurants for almost a decade, so I know that sound all too well.
Okay, you're the official on that one. Yeah, you're the go-to guy. Hey, $8.99 enchilada night here at Chelino's Mexican Restaurant. Again, That includes things like the enchilada dinner, the enchilada suite says Nino's favorite enchiladas, which I have not had yet, but I've always considered grabbing. 2 cheese and onion
Where you seeing that at?
enchiladas. It's on the traditional platter side.
Oh, okay.
2 cheese and onion enchiladas topped with chili sauce and 2 eggs your way.
2 eggs. Interesting.
Yeah. Fan of eggs?
I like eggs.
Me too. I've always considered getting it. But if you're not stopping by for the enchiladas tonight, try the quesadillas, try the burritos, try the tacos. They've even got a little bit of a seafood menu on there as well. It's good stuff.
I see all the food right now.
It's actually so much food, I'm having trouble deciding what I want to eat tonight.
I don't know what I want.
Well, I've already decided, and I'm going to tell you, people are coming out already. I think people are coming out early thinking about the storms might hit.
Probably.
So from David Payne on Channel 9, he said it probably won't be here until about 9 o'clock. And let me mention that our own meteorologist, Luke Young, Luke the Skywalker Young, also said the storms won't come in until 9 o'clock. So I'm telling you what, David Payne's a legend, and we've got a legend developing right here.
So is it like the farm animals that you just sit down whenever rain's coming?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's not too far off.
But anyway, it's $8.99 enchilada night. And Luke, one thing I just love about this so much are the chips and the salsa and the cheese, the queso. That's what it's called.
Oh, it's big time.
You get all of that, and then you get the meal too, and they're fast. I mean, $8.99. You can, and I always emphasize this. You can go to a fast food restaurant, pay more, get less. You come here to Chelino's on a Wednesday night, $8.99. Are you out of your mind? I've always wanted to say that. So. Anyway, it is a great place to come and eat, and the atmosphere is good. It looks like a Mexican restaurant. You've got, it's just a good place to come, and it's a tradition in Oklahoma City. And you've enjoyed it every time you've been out here, I can tell.
Oh, yeah. I actually got some fast food before the baseball games earlier today, and it was more and it was less than we get at Chelino's right now.
More is less in that situation.
I mean, that's just sometimes we think of fast food and don't realize some of these local restaurants are cheaper and better and faster, more quality, all of that. So it's Chelino's $8.99 enchilada night. And like you said, there's other features on there. Other food.
Oh, yeah, I'm actually debating between the burrito and the taco today.
Interesting.
I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided fully, so we'll see at the end of the show.
It's definitely, as the kids say, popping in here. So, yeah, y'all can buy get you some $8.99 enchiladas. I might do that after this.
That's the
and
kids,
I still can't get over baseball. The doubleheader done in an hour and 15 minutes. That is amazing.
Hey, we were baffled more than anybody.
Is that how good Bethany is? I mean,
I don't think I've ever seen a baseball game over that quick in my life.
That's 2 of them.
I even in Little League, my games were an hour. I don't think I ever finished in 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's nuts. They killed them. They killed them bad.
It was rough. It was a rough watch.
A lot of walks, a lot of hit by pitches.
Well, we ought to have a really good state Class 4A baseball tournament when that comes up next month, into next month. So. Title is real good. Bethany's real good. And anyway, I'm excited about it. It's just I'm really astonished those games are done. But I guess Bethany was beating them so bad, the coaches said, never mind, we're done.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you watch back on that stream, you'll know why they ended it early.
Yeah. Wow. And actually, we had been talking about that. The state field, I think, this year is going to be pretty strong.
Yeah, that's going to be really good.
Yeah, they got UConn and Mustang coming up for Bethany, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see some more UConn games. Those were good too. We've got some good baseball around here.
We definitely do. The first game that me and Luke called together, it was a really fun one until the very end. Whenever my Millers lost, but I won't talk about that because I don't want to.
That's good.
Hey, speaking of state and national tournaments, we can't go through segment number 2 without mentioning Oklahoma State's state championship appearance. 3 freshman champions. The first time in NCAA history any team has had 3 true freshman champs. And we all know how good OSU wrestling is.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Got
They've
to shout
been good
out
for a while.
A long while. Got to shout out Sergio Vega, Landon Robideau, and Jax Forrest. The all-true freshmen, let's see, they claimed titles at 141, 157, and 133 pounds, respectively. The heaviest of them is like 50 pounds less than I am right now. And they're winning national championships in wrestling.
What did you say the weight was?
141 pounds.
That is 20 pounds less than me.
157 pounds. and 133 pounds. And they're winning, again, national championships in wrestling at the D1 level as freshmen.
Well, they've been doing that for a long time. It's been a while since I've heard OSU not in the mix for a wrestling championship.
Yeah, and looking at the individual performances, Forrest had the most with 26 team points, which broke Pat Smith's 1990 program freshman record of 25 points. So clearly they've got some stars with the Cowboys, and I know Chase Horsley, shout out Chase, would be very happy to hear that.
Oh, I'm sure he would.
Now on the further south side of things here in the state, the Oklahoma Sooners have a star of their own on softball. The single-season SEC home run record has been broken. 27 for Kendall Wells.
27 in, 38 games? That's basically won a game. I mean,
it's getting pretty close.
It's right up there. Probably, 3/4 won a game or something like that. Only missed a couple.
And again, I say the same thing I said when we were live with the baseball games about this. They're still ranked like 3 or 4 in the nation.
Yeah,
there are other teams that are ranked higher than OU with that star power.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's a crazy time to be a softball fan.
Oh, I'm a big fan. Once the College World Series comes around, I could watch the Women's College World Series literally all day.
I mean, Patty Gasso just reached, what was it, like 2,000 career wins?
I think you said 2,000 or maybe it was 1,600 or something like that.
Kendall Wells gets this. I mean, they're a different kind of good.
Oh, 4 championships in 5 years, you're on another level at that point.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say. And OU, actually, you mentioned they got a win today. They just came off of a series win, I believe, against LSU, if I'm not mistaken.
If I remember correctly, they did come off the series win against LSU. They beat Wichita State, I believe, yesterday. That was Tuesday. Yeah, they're just a different type of dominant. Even with all their seniors graduating and everything, they're still just crazy good.
OU has performed very well in SEC. I'm actually going through those right now, and yes, it was a series win against LSU, a 3-2 win in the first game, a 1-3 loss in the second, but they came back with an 8-4 win on March 29th to round out that one. Then they got the Wichita State game you just mentioned. Tomorrow they play Kentucky. It is at 6:30 p.m., so there you go.
During our coaches show.
Yeah, I mean, hey. Let's see if any of the soccer kids know anything about college softball.
Yeah, you want to see?
Yeah, we'll have to.
I think we should.
It'll be fun because Kentucky is a nice little series to get you ready for the real big one, the Red River rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
Down in Austin.
I'm ready for that one. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Of course, the men's side didn't do too well on that, but
no.
We'll redeem ourselves with the women's side.
And let's talk about baseball for a second. They've had their ups and downs this season, but they're still a very strong team, now ranked number 11 nationally. They fell from number 8 after the series against UT. I would say, man, it was close. And I'm trying to think of how I want to word this to get my thoughts across cleanly. But when we had that series against A&M, it was an 8-7 win, a 5-9 loss, and then a 12-11 win. Like a lot of one-run things there. And they were generally up more than that at one point in those games with a chance to close it out, and they would let A&M come back and put that pressure on. And then you come into this LSU series, a 1-7 loss, 4-2 win, then a 4-3 win, and it's kind of the same story. They're just hanging around within striking distance. They pull off a couple, late inning pushes and grab a close win, but they hadn't really pulled away in one of those games yet. And
no.
Then you have number 2 Texas, and that doesn't fly anymore. 0-14 loss, run rule. 3-4 loss, can't get the one-run swing.
I remember that game.
4-5 loss in 10 innings. You take them to extra innings, and you still can't get it. Like, that just kind of shows that against the top teams in the nation, you've got to be able to hold that lead.
Well, and from what I've observed on OU baseball, I don't know what it is about them this season. They've been really good the past decade or so. I mean, not a whole lot of championships to show for it, but they've been right there. And from what I can tell in the couple of games that I've watched, they play to their level of competition, aside from that 14-0 loss. But, you just can't – in this league, the SEC, you're with the big boys. It doesn't matter what sport you're playing. You're with the big boys. You can't play to the level of competition. You got to be who you are and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, it's not like OU doesn't have the talent.
They definitely have the talent. They've had that talent for a long time. OU and OSU baseball has been really good for the past decade or two.
Let's look at that extra innings loss, the 4-5 one. Go through the box score here. And again, it's exactly what I said. OU was on the board first, 2-0 in the second. They pick up one more in the third to make it 3-0. Then they give up 2 to Texas. Okay, you know what? It's whatever. Then it's 3-2 all the way to the 6th. OU gets 1 there. Now they're up 2. 7th inning is right there. You're up. I can't say enough. 7th inning is right there. You just got to hold them off for a little bit longer. And what happens? Texas grabs 1 in the 7th and the 8th, and OU can't score in the 9th. We go to extras and they lose.
They need to take some hitting lessons from our boys at Bethany, apparently.
I guess so. But at least in that game, I mean, Jackson Willits, kid's balling out, okay? The starting shortstop for the Sooners, even in that loss, 3 for 5 with a run. Like, he was putting bat to ball. And they've got a lot of players who have been able to do exactly that. I know LaChance is a name that comes up a lot. The first baseman, Camden Johnson, he's a name that comes up a lot. He had an RBI in that one. The pitching, you know, again, you give them credit because it's the number 2 team in the nation. But the starting pitching, for as good as they did, Ethan Mendoza threw that one. They went through not Mendoza, I'm looking at Texas's here. Cord Rager got the start in that one. He gave up the 2 runs, and then every reliever that came into the game, save Gavin Jones, gave up a run. And it's just so tough to win like that. Someone's got to be able to hold them scoreless.
Yeah, you have to have somebody in your back pocket that you can just give the ball to and say, "Hey, here, get us to the finish line."
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, there's still time this season, right? You know,
there's still time.
Regular season is one thing, the playoffs are the next. So,
boy, is it ever.
When they get to Omaha, you know, maybe they'll have it figured out. Maybe we'll look like the beginning of the season tournament was down in Arlington.
In the words of Peyton Manning, Omaha.
Omaha. I see what you did there.
Well, my favorite player, so you know.
Peyton Manning's your favorite player?
My favorite NFL player.
Huh. Okay. I would have never guessed
that,
but it does kind of make sense.
It's because of the big forehead.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, I got you. No, now that you say that, I do kind of I understand. I do kind of understand. But, yeah, they've got a lot of great pitching, which I think does have the opportunity to carry them to the end. L.J. Mercurius is good.
They got a fantastic bullpen. They just, for some reason, they just won't put them away whenever they have the chance.
Yeah, and that's been the big point against them. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, guys, tell me about what you think of Oklahoma softball. I mean, they cruised with so many games and claimed it's not the competition, they're just that good. They had a difficult time with LSU, but they won the series. But they also had a little bit of a problem with Shaw State, but they came back and won it in 8-run rule in the 6th. But what do you think? What are your thoughts about OU softball?
We were actually just talking about them.
talking about them.
Yeah.
God, I missed that.
Yeah,
I had to leave, had a phone call.
Yeah, Daniel.
All right, well, you already talked about it. I really like what they're becoming. I think they were going to be
they
really
usually round into shape towards the end of the season. Right when the College World Series is getting ready to start off, that's when they really start getting going.
Well, we just don't want Texas to win anything.
No. They already Texas adjacent already got one last season, so we don't want any of that.
Not anymore.
Yeah, and besides, even if they were down first against Wichita State, if you run rule them, can you really say they struggled?
Well, it's like whenever they know they got the win in the bag, it seems like they decide when to turn it on. They cruise through the first couple innings, and they're like, you know what, let's go ahead and get this over with. Let's go home.
That's probably pretty accurate. On the topic of local college sports, we actually saw a little bit of Southern Nazarene spring football practice before the
We got to see a little bit
games.
of that, yes.
That was pretty fun. I know one or two of the guys down there now through church, so I wish them the best. I hope they, maybe I'll show them this sometime and talk to them more about it. But we'll try to get more involved in the Southern Nazarene sphere going forward. Hopefully
that was a good little scrimmage that we got. I got there at the very end of it, but they looked like they had a really good squad rounding out.
They usually do have a pretty good football team. They're not bad. For Southwestern Christian University, due to weather this weekend, the baseball games have been moved up to Kansas. So they were supposed to play Central Christian in a conference matchup that's now gone, but SU softball is staying at home because it's senior day for softball on Friday. They've got Langston in a doubleheader on the 3rd, and they actually begin the series on the 2nd with a doubleheader then while we are out doing our coaches show and doing all that stuff. So if you're looking for some great college softball and you've finished the OU game or you're about to tune into the OU game, SU softball is going on right before. And I was supposed to mention coaches show tomorrow. I just mentioned it there on Thursday at 5 p.m. Aloha Shaved Ice. We have Bethany High Soccer coming on. I don't know if it's going to be the girls or guys or a mix of both, but either way, it's probably going to be a pretty good show, and y'all are probably going to want to tune in.
Oh, it's going to be a great time out there at Aloha Shaved Ice. I love getting me a little nitro cold brew every time I go there, and it's fantastic every time.
And you asked me what my favorite one is, and I always go with the strawberry stuff. But, I was watching their commercial when it played in break number 1 going down the list, and I was like, you know what? If I was going to try something new on that, what would I get? And then I saw one called the Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man, obviously.
I made a joke about being Spider-Man at the baseball game today to go up and get a foul ball. I think it's a sign.
Yeah, you got to go ahead and get that. I mean, you got the new one out coming, brand new day.
Yeah.
You got that coming out. You got the Spider-Man reference on there. You got to give it a try. It's a sign.
I think so. Tomorrow, remind me of that, and I'll grab the Spider-Man.
we'll try to get you reminded so you get the Spider-Man.
I may or may not show up in costume. We'll see. Hey, I'm super excited. Speaking of movies, this is just a random tangent. The Super Mario Galaxy movie came out today. What are you doing Saturday?
I got a wedding to go to.
You think you could sneak away for a couple hours?
I might be able to, honestly. We'll have to see. I'll be in Medicine Park, but I might be able to sneak away for a couple hours.
We're in Del City for the Camp Corral fundraiser on Saturday. That's all live here, 9 to noon at least, on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk, so please tune into that. But, yeah, that evening, it's been a while since I've watched a movie in theater. I'm thinking about going and watching that movie in theater.
It's been a minute since I've been to a theater.
It's been a minute.
I think the last one I saw in theaters it might have been Oppenheimer, actually.
Did you watch On a Barbenheimer Day?
I did not.
Oh, man.
I missed an opportunity there.
It.
I didn't even think about that.
You missed it. The last thing I remember watching in theaters was probably, honestly, Avengers Endgame. That was a while ago.
That's a while ago.
It's been a long time since it's been in theaters.
That's around COVID time. That's a while.
No, wait. I saw the first Five Nights at Freddy's in
there
theater.
You go.
I went with a friend back home.
Well, come to think of it, I don't remember which one came out last, but the oldest Spider-Man, the one before this one, No Way Home.
Oh, okay.
I think that might have been actually the last one I saw in theaters.
That was a pretty good one.
It was pretty solid. I enjoyed the nostalgia of it.
Yeah.
Everybody, it was hilarious because the entire theater that I was in, we saw it like basically on opening day, and the entire theater just booed whenever Andrew Garfield came through the portal.
What?
I know. That's what I was like. Oh, that's just mean.
No. They don't know ball. Okay.
I was like, that's just mean. Like
everybody
sure
we were with cheered.
Sure, his movie wasn't the most great, but
it
was still a good movie.
His movie wasn't the best, but he was a good Spider-Man.
He was really good. And like, here's how I explain it to everybody: is whenever they ask me my favorite Spider-Man and all that, I say Andrew Garfield's probably the best Spider-Man. Tobey's probably the best Peter. Tom Holland's the best of both.
Okay. I'd say, honestly, he probably, aside from Raimi's Spider-Man 2, he probably has some of the better movies just because of how recent they are and all the things they can do with it. But, no, I'd say that's a pretty valid opinion. That's a pretty valid opinion.
I mean, Tobey was not the best Spider-Man. I'll say that. I like him the best because of nostalgia, because he was around whenever I was like 6 years old, first saw Spider-Man. But other than that, I think Tom is the best overall Spider-Man.
Okay. I'm very excited to see where they go with him in the new one.
It's going to be a fantastic film, I think.
All right, so that's our preview of Spider-Man here on our sports show. Thanks.
little something.
Hey, we're coming up on our halfway break of this show. Thanks to Chelino's for hosting us. Again, 1227 South Garth Brooks. They've been here forever. $8.99 enchilada night. You can see people moving in through the background, dining in here. The sun has actually come out outside. Hopefully that's a good sign here. Right in the heart of Yukon, Oklahoma, off of South Garth Brooks. You can't miss it. Some great places around, including Polish and Eris Lunara Aesthetics right up the road, some sponsors of ours. So thanks to those two local businesses, but of course, Chelino's the big thing here tonight. To reach Chelino's, we can go to this phone number as I pull it up right here on my phone to the side. Call 405-350-2006. They're open until 9 p.m. tonight, so you got plenty of time to come by and grab those great enchilada meals. We'll be back after this next break for half number 2 of our show, quarter number 3, where we start talking some pro sports. Don't go anywhere.
The parking lots are full because it's always a celebration at Chelino's Mexican Restaurant in Yukon at 1227 Garth Brooks Boulevard in the Chisholm Shopping Center. With a traditional flair of Mexican casual dining where your meal always begins with complimentary chips, cheese, and salsa. Then a lengthy menu selection from fajitas, tacos, enchiladas, fish tacos, and so much more. You don't have to be shy at Chelino's. Ask for our daily specials and finish your meal with our sopapilla or pick something from our dessert menu. Oklahomans have chosen Chelino's Mexican Restaurants in Yukon at 1227 Garth Brooks Boulevard in the Chisholm Shopping Center. Call 405-350-2006.
Eris Lunara Med Spa and Aesthetics at 800 South Garth Brooks Boulevard, Suite 100 utilizes cutting-edge technology and personalized treatment plans centered around your goals, your comfort, and your natural beauty. Experience a range of services from IV therapy, Sculptra, acne treatments, and much more. With state-of-the-art machines like the T-Shape 2, Eris Lunara offers non-invasive, proven, and natural solutions for healthier skin that will have you feeling exquisite and rejuvenated. Other services like platelet-rich plasma therapy and peptide therapy not only enhance your natural features, but promote recovery and health at all levels. Call 405-563-1255 or stop by 800 South Garth Brooks Boulevard, Suite 100 to find out about what Eris Lunara Med Spa and Aesthetics can do for you. Remember, call 405-563-1255 today.
Tanko Mechanical, Electrical, and Plumbing is a commercial and industrial contractor. They offer end-to-end client experience that includes seamless communication, budgeting, staffing, on-site organization, and a solid quality handiwork every time. The past projects include both new construction and repairs and restoration. Occupied and fully operational job sites are never a problem. They can also plan, manage, and build multi-phase jobs. We are a turnkey plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and mechanical contractor. Tanko Company, give them a call at 405-255-7804. Again, that's 405-255-7804. Tanko.
Grandview Windows and Doors is a proud sponsor of the Bethany Broncos and a part of the community serving all of Oklahoma City area with a mission to provide our customers exceptional window and door solutions. Locally owned and operated, Grandview Windows and Doors is your window and door specialist. Drop on by our showroom to get the latest color, styles, and special pricing just in time for the fall. Call 405-787-0230 and visit us on Facebook, Grandview Windows and Doors.
Stan's Plumbing is your locally owned, full-service, licensed, and bonded plumbing company, proudly serving the Oklahoma City Metro for over 30 years. Stan's provides all types of plumbing services like faucet and toilet repairs, sewer repair, and trenchless pipe replacement, water heater repair and installation, both tank and tankless, plus drain cleaning and jetting. All plumbers arrive with fully stocked trucks and can resolve your plumbing problems in a timely manner. Since 1988,
when technology has you screaming at the office, call Simplify Tech Solutions at 405-981-1011. Located at 4221 North MacArthur Boulevard, Simplify Tech Solutions features IT management, business phone systems, manages Wi-Fi, and offers repair and support. Simplify your Wi-Fi before the emotional breakdown by calling Simplify Tech Solutions. Locally owned and operated at 405-981-1011. 405-981-1011. Simplify Tech Solutions.
Ship it sooner at 210 North Mustang Mall Terrace is your packaging and shipping headquarters for Mustang and the surrounding area, using all major carriers. Sign up now for your private mailbox and enjoy the benefits a post office box does not offer. Faxing, printing, copies, notary service, and passport photos. Ship It Sooner is locally owned and operated. Call 405-256-6264 or go to shipitsooner.com.
Name brands and more for less at Victory Mattress Outlet. Welcome to Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City. Family owned and operated Victory Mattress Outlet has options for every budget, like quality 10-inch beds to high-end luxury mattresses fit for a king. You're the winner here. Shop pillows, protectors, bedroom sets, and more. And remember, the friendly people at Victory Mattress Outlet can help deliver, assemble, and set up your mattresses and furniture. Call 405-510-6988 and never pay retail price for top brands again. Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway, 405-510-6988. That's 405-510-6988. Victory Mattress Outlet, where your best night's sleep costs less.
Polished is total grooming at 836 Garth Brooks in Yukon with 28 years combined experience, including airbrush design, nail caps on dogs and cats, as well as the Bri Bar and pet photography. It's a dog and cat day out at Polish, and ask about the month's membership that includes a free weekly bathing and 50% off pet grooming. Go to polishgrooming.com or call 405-494-8409. Keep your fur baby happy with expert affordable pet grooming at Polish in Yukon.
And that brings us back one more time here on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. It's the game plan live at Chelino's Mexican restaurant out here in Yukon. 1227 South Garth Brooks in the Chisholm Shopping Center. Great for kids, wheelchair accessible, lots of parking outside. They do delivery, they do carry out, obviously they do dine in. And it's $8.99 enchilada night, so whatever way you can get your hands on those enchiladas, you're going to want to stop by and take out of here. 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. Friday and Saturday it's 10:30 to 10, so you got plenty of time to come through here and grab those enchiladas again, or go to chelinos.com and browse the menu online to find something you and the entire family is going to like. As we've mentioned a couple times, great environment, super friendly people, great service around here. You'll see them moving through the bag as we do the rest of the show, our second hour here, and highly rated as well.
And may I remind you, their dessert here, you've got to try the Mexican apple pie. Delicious. You're going to love that.
Mexican apple pie.
Mexican apple pie. There's so many things you can do with dessert, but
where's
that's
that
one of my
at?
favorites.
We'll have to look for it here.
But $8.99 enchilada night, that's fantastic.
You had me at apple pie.
Hey, that Mexican apple pie is delicious. I'm fixing to get one. And they'll put ice cream on top of it, and they've got...
All right, you got to stop talking. I'm going to end up getting 5.
I'm a sopapilla guy myself.
That's fair. That's fair. I do enjoy a good sopapilla.
It is. Well, let's talk this segment about pro baseball now that we've moved into the pro sports news. I'll start this off with something we mentioned on stream today. The Mariners are signing Colt Emerson, MLB Pipeline's number 7 prospect, to an 8-year, $95 million extension worth up to $130 million per FanSided. The deal is a record for a player who has not yet debuted in the MLB, and that comes from Yahoo Sports, where I saw it. I pose the question, this is not unheard of, but how are they willing to part with that much money to someone who hadn't played a game in the pros?
They gotta have a lot of faith in this kid if they're willing to give him that much money, and he hasn't even played a single inning of the majors.
At least for my Boston Red Sox, Christian Campbell came up and balled out for a little bit. They were happy to give him an extension, even though it didn't work out for that season. This kid hadn't seen one pitch of actual
that is crazy.
Pro baseball. He's been in the Major League Baseball, not pro baseball.
So how do I sign up for that?
Honestly,
I'm been getting paid nothing to not be in the major league. So how do I sign up for that contract?
That's what I'm wondering, man. There's a semi-pro league back home. We should go try out for them. It's called the Shadowcast.
Yeah, we're trying to get on that draft league softball, aren't we?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I started choking for a second. Yeah, we're gonna be the next sensation in Oklahoma softball.
Right.
You and me.
We're gonna be the banana ball of the of the draft league.
I don't think I could do anything close to what bananas do. I
could throw the ball. That's about it.
So I've asked you this a couple of times, but now that we're back on air with the show, who's your team of choice for pro baseball?
So pros, I technically have two. So I grew up a diehard Rangers fan. Of course, I'm Daniel gave me a thumbs up on that. I think he likes it. So I was a big fan of So I grew up here. Rangers were my only, which I got to tell you all about the hockey part of this, but grew up a diehard Rangers fan because they were the only team that I could really get on TV consistently. And then, so I started, growing up, loved Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, Michael Young, Ian Kinsler, all those guys. I was a huge fan of Kenny Lofton whenever he was with the Rangers.
Okay.
The lefty, I have an affinity towards lefties because my dad's a lefty, so I always wanted to be left-handed. I learned a little bit to shoot and throw with my left hand. So I grew up loving the Rangers, which I actually was able whenever a couple years ago I moved down to Texas for a job opportunity, and I actually got to go to a game. I believe it was against the Cincinnati Reds, and they ended up winning, I think 4-3 if I'm not mistaken. But that was the year that they ended up winning the World Series. So I was on cloud nine for a month straight. So that was a fantastic time. And then, so my other pro team, I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this from the Oklahoma people, but I'm a big Dodger fan as well. So I only recently really became a Dodger fan, but that was only because I was a huge fan of Magic Johnson growing up. He bought the team. OKC ended up getting their AAA team, and I saw Yasiel Puig a couple times down here, so that was pretty cool.
That you were pipelined into their organization as a fan.
A bit, yeah. I mean, I was a huge Magic Johnson fan. He was one of my favorite point guards ever. So he bought the Dodgers. They ended up getting our farm team. So I was like, all right, this is my team now.
I like to say nowadays that a Dodgers fan, or maybe not so much a Kansas City, but like a Patriots fan that lives down here is either the most OG, the most diehard fan, or complete bandwagon. There's no in between. So I think you lean more towards OG, if I'm being honest.
Pretty close to. I did not become a fan in the last 5 years, if that's what you're saying.
There you go. But I mean, if you saw any player in the minor league system, you're probably more OG than anybody else.
Yeah. Whenever Yasiel Puig was coming down here for rehab, Clayton Kershaw and all them, I got to go see them play a little bit. Clayton only pitched for like an inning basically. He wasn't doing anything crazy out there, but. Yeah, shout out to Clayton Kershaw. I believe he's retiring now. So
he is. He's done.
Yeah, but yeah, so basically once Magic Johnson bought the Dodgers, I became a Dodger fan.
It's actually, funnily enough, speaking of Clayton Kershaw, he's joining the Dodgers organization as a special advisor.
That sounds about right. Yep.
So you got even more reason to like LA, I guess.
Oh, I love. The Dodgers is the only LA team I like. So if that saves me a little bit from the attacks from the people, then. I'll take that.
LA is 4-1 right now to top the NL West. Yeah, I'm looking at
Rangers
the standings
are 4-2. Dodgers are 4-1.
They are actually, both Texas teams are playing really good baseball right now. 5-2 for Houston, 4-2 for Texas. They're right up both. On top of the AL West. Now, that being said, Houston got the wins against Boston. I was not happy about that.
I'm
Boston
sure you were.
Terrible. Boston's looked terrible out of the gate. 5-game losing streak. 3 of those to the Astros. Not happy about that.
Were they banging on trash cans?
I don't think so, which maybe makes it even worse. Today was Crochet Day on the bump, and they still beat them.
Crochet Day?
We got up to like a 2-0 lead still and lost the lead and lost the game. Yeah. It's not been a good start to the season for the Boston Red Sox. I will say, I am your stereotypical baseball fans where you lose 1 or 2 games in a row and the season's over.
Season's over. Yeah. It's over.
That is
we can't do anything.
I will not deny that. But, I mean, come on. We lost the series against Cincinnati, of all teams.
Cincinnati.
Didn't get swept
Didn't you say
Houston.
they had like a 4% chance? Or
yeah,
the fans think they have a 4% chance?
But we lose the series to them, lose the series to Houston. Now we got San Diego coming up next.
San Diego.
I can only imagine how good that's going to go. At least it's at home, I think.
Maybe about as well as our game today.
Boy. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I was actually, funnily enough, one of my favorite players of all time is Dustin Pedroia. So
He is my favorite player of all time.
that's fair.
Just straight up. I have his jersey in my closet right now.
Yeah, I always had a thing for the little dudes because I was never going to be a big guy in my life. So
I grew up playing second base, so he was kind of the role model. Wanted to emulate his style, his effort, really.
that's a fair point.
I tried, couldn't do it because no one can emulate Dustin Pedroia.
Nah, or Pudge Rodriguez.
Oh, man, the stories I could tell, though. He did have a pretty nice swing, though. Even his own teammates don't know how he hit anything with his swing.
His swing was beautiful.
Yeah, he's my dude. I'll show up to one of these baseball games.
Yeah, you need to wear that thing. I want to see that.
It's pretty nice.
Dustin Pedroia is my guy.
I love that jersey. I could go on and on about the Red Sox of olden days now.
Of the elder.
Some other rankings updates. New York is atop the AL East 5-1 because they're regular season merchants. Kansas City leads the AL Central. They're tied with Cleveland right now, 2-2 for KC, 3-3 for Cleveland. I already mentioned the AL West. Miami is atop the NL East with a 5-1 record right now, just barely beating out Atlanta through the first two series of the year. Milwaukee, the Brewers, on top of the NL Central, 5-1. And then, of course, we mentioned the NL West with LA. Now, looking at some of these, let's go through for you LA and Texas divisions. Out of those teams, I personally don't think San Diego is going to have it this year. I would say San Francisco actually has the best chance to usurp the Dodgers.
I would say that's right. I will place a sizable wager of 100 push-ups on Colorado not winning that thing.
I don't know. That's a risky bet.
I'll place a sizable wager on that.
No, I'm so confident that I would place 200 on it because, Colorado's not
Colorado's.
winning.
They have a better chance to finish second to last than first. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, that's true.
And Arizona, they're doing pretty decent. But if anybody, I think San Francisco has the best shot.
I mean, Arizona still has Corbin Carroll, so they've always got a chance, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, they're going to be good this year, that's for sure. I think that division is definitely going to go down to the final series of the year again, like it did last year.
Most likely.
Now, LA, obviously, World Series champions, defending that title this year. They've got all the star power in the world. Don't expect them to go anywhere. Now going back up into the AL side. So the AL West, Houston, Texas, Seattle are obviously supposed to be the powerhouses. Don't think much is going to be going on from the Angels or Athletics, especially not with some of the recent news and, everything that's been happening with the A's specifically. But who of those three teams do you think is going to make it? Both Texas teams last year missed the playoffs.
Yeah, the Angels have a good shot. They made a pretty good run at it last year. Houston, if they keep on banging on trash cans, they got a pretty good chance. But I think that Texas ends up getting it together and they make a good run at it and at least get a wild card slot.
See, that's what I said last year, and then they never got over the hump at the end of the year.
Well,
they just could not get past Houston for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. If that just the interstate rivalry or whatever, but they did not do well against Houston at all last year.
No, my money is on Seattle to get back in the right. I mean, they're only 3-4 right now. It looks bad being fourth in division, but it's not.
Yeah, it's a lot closer between those first four slots than it looks like.
Yeah, Seattle is definitely going to be back up towards the top. I would love to say Texas is going to figure it out. They've made some good additions, but you got to see it to believe it with that team.
Well, and like last year, this year's probably going to be a little bit like last year. If the Rangers can't make a run at it, I would be rooting a little bit for the Mariners personally.
That's
just because they've never even appeared in a World Series, first of all, and second, huge Ichiro fan.
They were supposed to last year. They sold it. They sold it hard. Them and Toronto both.
They were so close.
They sold it hard.
Yeah, I was a big Ichiro fan back when I was a kid, so I'll be rooting for the Mariners if my Rangers get knocked out.
For my team, Boston, I would not be surprised if New York and Toronto beat us out again, but I do think I'm not completely out of it yet, despite what I said. I do think Boston will turn this one around and be a top 3 team in the AL East. 1-5 is not a great start to the year, but we do have some good pitching.
Season's over, according to Luke Young.
It's over. We do have some good pitching. We do have Jaron Duran and Trevor Story and Roman Anthony, who's my phone
know Story went there.
My phone background now.
Yep.
They do still have some really good players, so I would expect them to turn it around.
Well, while we're here in the Mets organization, we've discussed it a lot, but big shout out to Carson Bench from UConn, where we're at right now. He homered his very first plate appearance of his MLB career, so big shout out to Carson.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's so cool that he's from right here in Oklahoma. I mean, we've heard a lot of Oklahoma kids going up to the pros recently. It's awesome.
Yeah, I knew his brother. Me and his brother Garrett, we graduated together. I've met Carson a handful of times. He's a super good kid, so I'm very happy for him.
Someday we'll get you out to one of those New York games.
I'm trying. Maybe whenever it comes to Arlington.
I bet you they do sometime. I'm looking at some headlines right now. Obviously, Paul Skeens is going to be in the news a lot. He's going to have another Cy Young caliber season, without a doubt. Just he plays for Pittsburgh.
Nah, that's.
And O'Neal Cruz recently has been in the headlines too for the wrong reasons.
It's fair.
Now another name, and we talked about how maybe Miami was off to a surprising start to this year. They're doing it behind Sandy Alcantara, who's on a little bit of a rebound campaign here.
Is he now?
I'm looking at the headline right now. I'll kind of read what they're saying right now. Straight from MLB.com. Marlins ace Sandy Alcantara couldn't ignore the narrative around. Oh, it disappeared on me. Thank you, MLB. Couldn't ignore the narrative around him during a trying 2025. How could he not in the 21st century, while talking heads, Mike Gannon's favorite term, on TVs inside the clubhouse and doom scrolling a social media post? How could you not? Doing so, listening to all that, he decided to change his mindset. He's trying to mimic, it appears, the likes of Maddox and Evaldi, throwing shutouts here. I actually think he got the earliest shutout in a season since Maddox, if I'm not mistaken. So he's kind of reversed his way of approaching the game from what it sounds like. And maybe that's what the Marlins organization needs, because it's been a while since they've been any kind of competitive either.
Well,
they need a whole, organization reverse right there.
Well, anytime you can try your best to emulate Greg Maddox, you're doing a pretty good job.
No kidding. Apparently, Alcantara hadn't thrown a shutout since April 4th of 2023.
Wow.
So it'd been a little bit, nearly 3 full years. But, hey, he got it back. So looks like on only 73 pitches? No, a little bit more than that. He was pulled on 73 pitches on opening day. That's what I'm thinking of.
Interesting.
Looks like he did retired 16 in a row, though, in that shutout win. So pretty good.
Have you seen the documentary with Greg Maddox talking about his pitches and everything?
I've seen clips of it, but there's not a lot of documentaries like that I've sat down and watched the whole thing.
It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting.
The Nolan Ryan one that came out.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. Of course, Boston had all of theirs from like the 04 team.
Yeah.
That was a big deal too.
Breaks the curse of the Bambino.
Those were fun too. There are a lot of good documentaries. I really do need to sit down and just rewatch them all.
Yeah, I need to. There's quite a few on Netflix, and there was just not a whole lot of good baseball ones like on Netflix and all those other ones. But yeah, the Greg Maddox one was really good.
That reminds me, and I don't know why. There's an account on Twitter right now that's just called This Guy Rocks. And it's awesome. And I don't know if I'll be able to find it real quick to show you here. I'm going to break the immersion a little bit and go looking for it. MLB, This Guy Rocks. I got to show you this.
Your algorithm's going to be only This Guy Rocks for the next 2 weeks.
That's fine with me. That is absolutely okay with me. Maybe I just need to throw up This Guy Rocks and see if it'll bring it up here. Because they've been posting just like we were talking about. Retired players.
Players.
From like when we were growing up. And they've been posting highlights of them and just saying, This Guy Rocks.
Yeah, I love whenever like there's those posts like on Twitter and stuff. It's like just name the most random player from the Rangers or whatever that you can think of, and Rangers legend Nick Swisher or something like that. It's like just name the most random one you can.
That's awesome. I figured I wouldn't be able to find it. I can't find it right now because I can't remember the exact handle for it because, social media.
Well,
But if you do have Twitter, I advise you to go and try and look up this account because it is pretty funny. I'll try and find one. I'll try and find one during the break. How about that?
Yeah,
we'll come back to it.
That should.
Remind me about it. I was watching old highlights here to get off on another tangent. I was watching a video my friend sent me, the most improbable catches ever.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
And I want to say it was Julio Arias, who was in center field playing against the Red Sox, and I think that's who it was. I don't remember correctly now, but he's running ball to the wall, running behind him, dead center field, all the way, trips and falls, goes down, rolls, gets up on a knee, catches the ball.
Oh yeah, I
like
remember that
this.
play. I remember that play.
That
He
play,
just-
it's burned into my memory.
I couldn't remember the name of the guy, but yeah, I remember watching that play, and it was like the superhero landing with. It was the superhero landing sort of combined with Spidey sense. He just reached out and grabbed it.
That shouldn't be physically possible.
It
Like,
should-
that should be humanly possible.
Oh, that's 95% luck and 5% like I know basically where the ball is and around where it's going to be.
Yeah. And now I want to go back and find that video. So I'm going to get so distracted. Oh, I found it. That guy rocked MLB. Here you go.
There we go.
This is it. Look up this account. I'm going to show it to the camera right there. See if you can see
that guy rocked.
That guy rocks. I don't know how well that's coming through. Brand new account, like the pinned tweet, Jimmy Rollins. That guy rocks.
Jimmy Rollins, what a shout.
The one from a day ago, Jose Reyes. That guy rocked. And Jason Worth before that. That
Jason
guy rocked.
Worth.
Like, it's some
Bringing
good
back
ones.
all the memories.
It's some good ones.
On MLB The Show, I used to play with the Phillies just for Rollins.
That's pretty good.
I would get just like a base hit with Rollins, and then I would strike out or whatever with the other two, and then I'd have Ryan Howard come in and clean it up.
There you go. That's all you need.
It was
All right, well, I think we're coming up on our next break of the show here. Had a little bit of fun chatting about baseball. Went over some current headlines at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Baseball now in full swing. We'll be keeping up with it throughout the year. Hopefully my Red Sox can turn it around. Hopefully his teams that aren't named the Dodgers can pick it up this year.
Nah, you're Luke Young says the season's over for Boston.
We're at Chelino's, 1227 South Garth Brooks Boulevard out here in Yukon on 899 Enchilada Night. First Wednesday of our month, our monthly 2-hour-long show. Enjoying the conversation, enjoying the atmosphere. They've got some sports playing on the TVs around us. They've got actually soccer on one of the, I think the one to our left, if you want to watch some soccer, by the way. So
Hey,
that's up there.
we've been talking about soccer the past couple days, so.
We have been. Hey, come through, get a dinner special. If you come by lunch, they've got lunch specials. They've also got a kids menu and an American menu for the pickier eaters in the family. But hey, on 899 Enchilada Night, can you go wrong with any of these? Avocado enchiladas, Marcelo's enchiladas. They've got a bunch of different kinds for you to enjoy. So stop by here at Chelino's, 1227 South Garth Brooks, serving Oklahoma since 1989.
And Luke, I'm looking around here, and they set the tables up for a large group. If you need a large group, you have 8, 10, 12 people, they'll get you situated. Great service here at Chelino's Mexican restaurant. I was just looking around and seeing they're setting up another table of, looks probably 12 people. They have several there. So, Luke, this is really getting crowded. And, another thing, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but when the weather gets bad, seems like that's when people come out to eat.
Every time. I'm telling you.
Noticed in cold weather, people go out and
Yeah.
eat ice cream, and it's just, I've seen it so many times.
I worked in restaurants 10 years, every single time.
Yeah, you've been working in
Every
restaurants,
single
so-
time. It gets real busy before it hits, and then once the storm starts coming, it dies. Every time.
Everybody's trying to get that last little bit in before they have to stay home for a while.
Yeah.
$8.99 enchilada night. And guys, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh,
And,
here comes the apple pie.
Yeah, here comes that apple.
Oh, you got to show that to the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put that in front of the camera. We'll give him a second. They're
Yeah,
checking it out.
got to give him just a second.
So I'm looking at the apple pie right here. I didn't know. Is that syrup bubbling in there because it's so warm?
I don't know.
It smells really good.
It smells amazing. I need to,
I might go grab that camera off of its stand and show it at that, honestly.
That's incredible.
Hey, tell you what,
fantastic.
we'll show it when we come back from break here on the Game Plan on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. Stick around for our final segment.
Stephanie's Vintique and the Plaster Paint Company is all Oklahoma made at 3821 Asbury in Bethany, featuring vintage, chalk paint, antiques, clothing, vegan soaps and lotion, homemade cards, decor, and furniture. And space is available for rent to start your own business at Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company. Call 405-249-3604 and see why people are coming from all over the metro for this paint and decor. Or you can visit us at theplasterpaintcompany.com and also see us on Facebook. Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company in Bethany. Start your Vintique experience.
The parking lots are full because it's always a celebration at Chelino's Mexican Restaurant in Yukon at 1227 Garth Brooks Boulevard in the Chisholm Shopping Center. With a traditional flair of Mexican casual dining where your meal always begins with complimentary chips, cheese, and salsa. Then a lengthy menu selection from fajitas, tacos, enchiladas, fish tacos, and so much more. You don't have to be shy at Chelino's. Ask for our daily specials and finish your meal with our sopapilla or pick something from our dessert menu. Oklahomans have chosen Chelino's Mexican Restaurants in Yukon at 1227 Garth Brooks Boulevard in the Chisholm Shopping Center. Call 405-350-2006.
This is Blake Nightingale State Farm, your local insurance agent over at 7304 Northwest Expressway. Here to tell you more about the business is Blake himself.
Hi, my name is Blake Nightingale, State Farm insurance agent located at 7304 Northwest Expressway here in Oklahoma City. I've been a State Farm agent since 2018. We've got 5 licensed staff members here, and we do everything from auto, home, life insurance, and health insurance. And we're real passionate about helping people. And we love youth sports, and we sponsor a lot of local teams here. And so, like I always tell people, like a good neighbor, we're here to help you.
Just like you heard from Blake, Blake Nightingale State Farm is here to help you protect what's important to you, because your car and home aren't just things. They're where you make your memories. Visit Blake and his friendly staff at 7304 Northwest Expressway and call them at 405-728-1313. Like a good neighbor, Blake Nightingale is there. Nobody gives you more. We have great news for you today, folks. Toro Taxes at 5909 Northwest Expressway, Suite 249 can help with all your tax refund needs. Toro Taxes specializes in helping our community get the maximal refund possible, and their team of experienced tax professionals guarantees reliable, efficient, personalized services. Call 580-275-8933 and talk to Toro. 100% secure digital and in-person processes with services in both English and Spanish. Schedule your appointment today and let the experts handle your tax return. 5909 Northwest Expressway, Suite 249. Call 580-275-8933. Don't leave money on the table. Toro Taxes. Say aloha to your new favorite shaved ice and coffee shop, Aloha Shaved Ice. On the corner of Northwest 39th Expressway and Council. Aloha brings the summer vibes no matter what the weather looks like outside. Their year-round shaved ice means you get to enjoy classic flavors like grape, strawberry, and cotton candy, while their extensive selection of coffee complements that chill flavor perfectly. Looking for something different? Aloha has specialty drinks for days. Try the Banana Split, Fuzzy Monkey, Spider-Man, or Shrek. And trust us when we say that's only a small part of their specialty lineup. Sharp-eyed visitors may also notice Aloha's local support and drinks like the Bethany Broncos, SNU Crimson Storm, SCU Eagles, and Boomer Sooner. You can enjoy games like chess or Candyland while you dine in the cozy atmosphere, or sit outside and find yourself whisked away to the shore. Kick back with all your friends at Aloha. 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. Call 405-633-7778 and remember that you can take that sunshine with you thanks to their drive-thru lane. Aloha Shaved Ice and Coffee Shop, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. 405-633-7778. Well, ladies and gentlemen, spring is here. And when you need help with all your tools, lawnmowers, and more, Evans Hardware out here in Midwest City is the place to be. 1021 South Douglas Boulevard. In the springtime, lawnmower maintenance is more important than ever. In Evans Hardware, it's the place to go for all your lawnmower maintenance tools. They've got seat repair, they've got brand new handles, blade sharpeners, and cleaners, and of course new belts line the walls as well. Remember, when you need lawnmower maintenance, power tools, stuff for the garden, and everything in between, Evans Hardware in Midwest City, 1021 South Douglas Boulevard is the place to go. Do it best here at Evans Hardware.
Here at Integrity, we're more than just a name.
We can be reached directly at 405-833-5992 or online at integrityheatingandair.com. Remember, we offer free estimates and second opinions on HVAC, plumbing, and electrical.
We offer a lot of services all around the metro. We go within 130 miles. Today here we want to show you our trailer. Basically what we consider angioplasty for your home, just like you would with surgery. We go in and kind of can save the pre-existing lines no matter the condition. Any old cast iron, any Orangeburg, any clay pipe that's pre-existing inside or outside, we can go in and completely reline the inside of that pipe to make it like it's brand new.
We recently did a house. It was 70 to 80 feet of liner. We left the house how we got there. We didn't have to break nothing up.
We are now taking care of a secondary branch line that goes to a bathroom. With us doing this, it makes sure that you get many, many years of service out of your line, and we're able to do as good of a job as we can.
Integrity Services. New location, but same great service you've come to know and love. We can be reached at 405-833-5992. Give us a call.
Give us a call.
C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience of product knowledge and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it, they will order it for you. Veteran owned and family operated. Call 405-789-8102. C&J Sporting Goods.
Apologies for the long break, but we're back here on the Game Plan with the Gospel Station Sports and Talk live from Chelino's Mexican Restaurant out here in Yukon, 1227 South Garth Brooks Boulevard. Again, they are tagged in our Facebook Live video, so if you want to go to their Facebook page, you can find it right there. Just look in the description, Chelino's, it says like 1227 South Garth Brooks Boulevard, so it's really easy to find. And again, they're great people over here. You can see how busy they are behind us. The servers have had no breaks here, but they're still out there trucking, helping people out, serving smiles, right?
Well, they are getting after it here. They've been all over the place so far.
It's $8.99 enchilada night, so stop by and grab yourself some enchiladas. That's everything on the traditional platter side, from the enchilada dinner to the avocado enchiladas to the Nino's favorite enchiladas, and anything and everything in between. Now, I was thinking, I think I'm going to go with the tacos, because it's been just a while since I've had just tacos.
That's fair. You usually get a quesadilla or something like that.
I do. I've had a lot of quesadillas, a lot of burritos, some enchiladas.
I had tacos last night, so I think I'm going to roll with the enchiladas this time.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll switch this time. Yeah, that'll work. Hey, but we can't thank Chelino's enough for hosting the show. It's always a fun one when we come out here, first Wednesday of the month. You can expect we'll be here back out here next month. There we go. That's how you say that. All right, Luke Young and Blake Vance on this final segment. We're talking about the NBA, because they have now gotten to the point where some of these teams have locked down their postseason spot. Chief among them, the Oklahoma City Thunder, number 1 in the West.
Well, Oklahoma City, what can you say that hasn't already been said about the Thunder this season? They've been dominant from start to finish. They only have, I believe, a 2.5-game lead on the West, if I'm not mistaken. So they got to finish strong right here. They got, I think, 1 or 2 mulligans they can get, because the Spurs are going to catch up here pretty soon if they don't buckle down.
That's fair, but going through this one, I mean, they have to be the favorites in the West. Now, they've been in the news again with their last game winner from Shea. I'm sure you saw that.
Oh, yeah, that was.
We might talk on it for a little bit, but first I want to catch some other news. Apparently, Steph Curry is on the fast track to returning this season for Golden State. They are trying to make their little playoff push here at the end of the season themselves.
Yes, if I remember right, I think they're the 7th seed right now.
Yeah, obviously he would be a big boon back for them.
Oh, absolutely, and I cannot stand Steph Curry, but it's that would be a huge boost to that team if they can find a way to get him back soon.
Of course, the Celtics have seen the return of Jason Tatum, who has slotted in perfectly to a team led by Jaylen Brown. He's also become the youngest Celtic ever to reach 14,000 career points.
That is crazy talk. I never would have thought that Jason, of course, the amount of threes that the Boston Celtics launched, it got him there just a bit quicker than I would have anticipated.
They do shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah. But atop the Eastern Conference, you got the Pistons, Celtics, and the Knicks in those top 3 spots. Pistons have locked up the 1 seed, looks like, and Boston and New York have clinched the playoffs. That's going to be followed by the Cavs, Hawks, and Raptors in 4, 5, 6. Sixers, Magic, 7, 8, and then in the all these are in the play-in. 76ers, Magic, Heat, and Hornets round that out at 9, 10, which, Bam's 83 helped certainly. Random night in March, Then we have atop the West, of course, the Thunder. They've got a 2.5-game lead on the Spurs right now. Spurs have to find a way to get some more wins. Thunder can't lose too many more. Then you have the Lakers at the 3 seed, Nuggets, T-Wolves, Rockets, and then in those play-in spots, the Suns, Clippers, Trailblazers, and Warriors rounding that out.
Are the Lakers the worst three seed ever?
I'd have to look back. My ball knowledge has slipped just a little bit. I haven't been paying much attention, but they got to be close.
I don't anticipate them going very far, to be honest with
Nah,
you.
they are not making it far past.
They could prove me wrong. They could.
They're not making it past the second round. You can book that.
All right, go bookmark this one. We'll come back to it in the playoffs.
Timestamp that.
Timestamp it.
And if I'm wrong, then you can bring it back.
About an hour 40 into this show, that's where it was. Remember that.
Yep, there you go.
All right, so let's say obviously we anticipate the Thunder will go all the way. Besides OKC, who would you say has the best shot? Is it San Antonio?
I don't think San Antonio actually has a very good shot of making it to the finals, personally. They have everything that they need, but the youth, I think, is going to bite them because they are playing – they'll play essentially the 7th seed, which as of right now is the Phoenix Suns. Booker has playoff experience, obviously. But the best team I would say that would beat out the Thunder is the T-Wolves. T-Wolves are the Nuggets because Ant, he always gives them a run, and the Nuggets always give them trouble. They took them to 7 games last year, and they were all hurt. So if anybody, I'd say that either the Nuggets or the T-Wolves can make a run at OKC.
Honestly, I agree with you a lot right there. I know San Antonio got us a lot during the year, but playoffs are always a different beast. And I say a lot about the favorite teams are the teams you wouldn't want to meet in a 7-game series.
Exactly, and as much as Wemby's doing really well, they have not made the playoffs whenever he's on the roster so far. So I don't think that they're making it much past the second round if they even get out of the first.
Now that's a prediction. Not even making it out of the first, potentially?
They might not. They could. It just depends on it's all matchups. The Suns could beat them. I don't think the Clippers would.
I wouldn't think Portland would either.
If they somehow match up against the Warriors in the first round, I don't think they're winning that.
Really? Especially with Curry back,
If they get Curry back, I don't think they're winning that.
I understand that. All right, so let's move to the Eastern Conference then. The Pistons have gotten a little bit more beat up here recently, although, like you said, they've maintained that one spot. I think it's going to be Boston going to the finals on the Eastern side, me personally, and that's not just bias. I do think they are the best team over there.
I believe that as well, honestly, because the Knicks, they're always hurt towards the end. You know, Thibodeau likes to play 6 players late in the playoffs for whatever reason. It's what got Derrick Rose hurt, but we won't talk about that. I do believe if Boston had not lost Tatum last year, I believe it would have been Thunder Celtics.
Ooh, I mean, that's the one I would like to see because that means we get some serious star power.
Oh, that would have been
both
awesome.
ways. That would be a lot of fun.
Indiana took them to 7 games too, so either way, I think that it would have been Boston because just the sheer firepower with Tatum, Brown, Pritchard coming off. Pritchard is a flamethrower.
Yeah,
he could literally come in with .5 on the clock, hoist it up, and drain it from half court. So
he is kind of a living heat check.
He really is. OSU's own.
OSU's own. It's crazy. Actually, you know what I was thinking of? We've got 20 minutes left here, so we can talk about NBA a little bit more. Then we do need to circle back to college because we didn't mention March Madness.
We did not.
Let's stick with NBA for a second.
I was actually looking at that, but go on.
So on that NBA side, obviously, I think it's going to be Boston OKC. That's my prediction for finals. So if you had to make a prediction for the finals, what is it going to be?
Boston
OKC. That is what you think.
If everybody's healthy and everything, Boston OKC.
That's how it plays out. Okay, so then my next follow-up question is, what does a team like LA look like next year? What does a team like Milwaukee look like next year? They missed the playoffs, and they've fallen out of love with Giannis.
Well, it depends on what they do with the stars that they have. Giannis they both seem very unhappy with each other, so that might fray some things. Giannis is consistently injured now. He's always got a calf or something like that consistently. The Lakers, he's done a very good job of staying out of the way, but these days it used to not be the case, but LeBron has to be at best your third best player, which he's been doing a great job of stepping away, giving the keys to Luka. Anthony Davis didn't want the keys. He was able to – LeBron gave him the keys to the Ferrari. He didn't want them. So Luka, he's like, hey, give me them things, and he's taking off. AR-15, Austin Reeves, he's been an absolute scorcher. Sorry.
You're good. I'm a Boston fan.
Austin Reeves can get you 40 on any given night. It's crazy. And then, I mean, the thing really holding the Lakers back is shooting, and LeBron he's got to take a back seat for next year if they want to make the playoffs, if he's even in L.A. So
right, if he even is in the league next year.
Exactly, which I think he's going to go to 25 seasons and then call it good, personally.
We thought the same thing about some other players throughout. Like, I'm trying to think of one name off the top of my head. Might give me a second here, but we thought, Kelsey, obviously. We thought Travis Kelsey was going to be done after this year. He signed a 3-year extension with Kansas City.
I completely forgot he signed for 3 years. Yeah.
So, yeah, who knows?
And he might sign on he might sign on kind of a Mercedes Lewis role and just be on the bench and make one big play a season or something like that.
Yeah,
later
exactly
on.
what they need. No, I actually agree with you on the Lakers. Shooting is a big issue for them, obviously, but I think maybe a bigger issue than the shooting itself is their stars. Their stars have not been stars for them. LeBron has had trouble off the court with the ownership. Luka can't play defense. Not to mention all the terrible trades they've made recently and all the,
I'm not sure it's an inability to play defense. He just won't play defense.
Well, either way, he doesn't play defense.
Exactly.
So, Austin Reeves may be the best thing they have on that team, and I'm not sure that's even a stretch to say right now.
I don't think so, and they're missing a few pieces right now. But I mean, Ayton, you can't do a whole lot with him on the defensive end. So it's up to the top three guys and get some key contributions from like Vanderbilt and all them. But other than that, if they don't figure some stuff out quick, and JJ Redick he's a solid coach, but not for this team.
That's probably the best way you could put that. I'd agree with that. Well, speaking of Vanderbilt, we got some calls we do have to circle back to. This will end off our show. Thank you. March Madness happening right now. We just saw a major upset in Duke UConn.
We did.
Now, did you get to watch that game?
I caught a little bit of the beginning. I didn't get to watch the end of it, but I heard about it with the Braylon Mullins heave from 35 feet. I got to go back and at least watch the last minute of the ball game, and that was just an insane play. Was it Cam Boozer that lost the ball?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you literally have 10 other options that you can do with that. Why would you do what you did?
Everybody tries the jump pass, and it never works. I haven't seen that work on, any level of basketball.
I never have. I mean, if anything, turtle up. Make them foul you. Make them earn the win. He lost his mind for a split second and ended up getting the ball taken from him. So
that was all it took, really, right there at the end.
Obviously, yeah, because Braylon Mullins just heaved that thing, and I don't even know how that entire. I had to process it for a solid 10, 15 seconds before I could even register what happened.
I think they did too, honestly.
Oh, have you heard the calls?
Yeah.
They're great. The UConn call was amazing. The Duke call was as to be expected. They blamed the refs for everything, and then the one with the national one with Grant Hill that was a lot of fun because Grant was really excited, and then he was like, oh.
You just love to see them get disappointed.
He was a good sport about it. I'm a loose Duke fan because I was a big fan of JJ Redick back whenever I was a kid, so I'm a slight Duke fan. So
okay.
I was a little bit disappointed, but I was like, I'll be able to live with it.
Go through the bracket right now. What are we looking for our next matchups?
We have in the Final Four, we have Illinois and UConn, and then if this will show me, I believe it's going to be Arizona and Michigan. If this.
Yeah, I think that's right. Illinois, yeah.
That's
because it's
right.
1 and 2 on one side and 4 and 7 on the other.
Those are the teams. I don't know if this got it mixed up, but here we go. UConn, Illinois, Arizona, Michigan.
Right. What are their seeds? Because I know
it's a 1-1 matchup and a 2-3 matchup.
That's what it is. So it did all stay within the top 4. Okay.
Yep.
I couldn't remember exactly. I think it's the women's bracket that saw a lower seed get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so out of those 4, who's your go-to? Who's your favorite?
Oh, man, I got to go with UConn. That's a blue blood.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll play devil's advocate here. I'm going to go with Arizona.
Okay, I kind of would like to see a UConn-Michigan matchup. That'd be interesting.
That would be pretty fun. I think no matter what, we're going to have a fun championship this year.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to watch it on the 6th. It's going to be a good time.
Do we want to go over the girls real quick? We got a little bit more time remaining.
We can take a look. Let me just pull it up right here.
Yeah, while you're doing that, OU, obviously, their season ended to South Carolina. It was a tough game for them, but they played their hearts out. I mean, we had so many stars this year that no matter what, it was a pretty successful season for them. We were happy that we got to watch that team do their thing. And, of course, happy for Keziah Lofton, right? Bethany High alum.
Yeah.
Taking the floor, playing considerable minutes, good minutes, in one of the biggest stages in the world. And, of course, when you're taking the floor with girls like Beers and, Verholzen, Chavez, and everybody that's playing for that team, I mean, you're going to be happy pretty much no matter what.
Yeah. So right here in the Final Four, we have South Carolina, UConn at 6 p.m. on Friday, and that's followed by Texas and UCLA at 8:30.
So UCLA wins that, right?
I would think so.
Yeah. Please tell me UCLA wins that.
Yeah, I'm gonna upset somebody right here, but I'm kind of rooting for South Carolina. I really love Dawn Staley, so
Well, I mean, if you're gonna lose to somebody, you might as well lose to the champion.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so there's our picks. For me on the women's side, as long as Texas doesn't win, I'm going to be happy. So
of course. Yeah, but I'm rooting for South Carolina. I love Dawn Staley. She's an absolute firecracker, and I love watching her. I really hope that she makes it and gets a championship.
All right, so there's our picks. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Are you going to wait till after it's all over to come back and tell us if you disagreed with us?
No, you gotta wait till you have all the information to make a pick.
Right. Hey, we've been live from Chelino's Mexican Restaurant. We're rounding off this show. This was a fun one. Chelino's at 1227 South Garth Brooks Boulevard out here in Yukon. Anything else you want to add on to this one?
I actually did I completely lost track of my days, and I did forget our friend Chris Miller. He informed me that today would have been Sean Taylor's 43rd birthday. Now, for those of you who don't know, Sean Taylor, one of my absolute favorite players of all time in the NFL, one of the hardest hitting safeties of all time. He died tragically in I think it was a robbery of his home. And he died, I think, at 27 or something like that. I don't remember. But, it would have been his 43rd birthday. He's one of the reasons I wanted to play defensive back in high school. Him and Roy Williams. I always wanted to be a hard hitter. So, yeah, just happy heavenly birthday to Sean Taylor right there.
There you go. All right, we're done with this show here on April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Come out to Chelino's for $8.99 enchilada night. Speak to the friendly staff here. Get some great tasting Mexican food. There we go. Got it out eventually.
There you go.
2-hour show, man. They do it to you.
Also, big shout out to my brother-in-law and sister, the Mellons, who are watching today. So I appreciate y'all watching.
Oh, that reminds me. One thing we want to start doing for all our upcoming shows and game broadcasts, if you tag us on Facebook, if you post at us and mention us, tell us who you are and where you're listening from, and we'll shout you out on stream.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a good way to interact with the fan base, right? We want to start doing that. So remember that. You might shout out at us if you're watching on
my
the broadcast.
brother-in-law and my sister, they sent me a message. They took a picture of the stream and sent it to me. They're like, "Hey, good job." I was like, "All right."
Nice.
I had to make sure that they got a shout out before we ended this.
Nice. All right, let's get out of here before the weather runs in.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching on this episode of The Game Plan. This has been Luke Young and Blake Vance out at Chelino's for our monthly 2-hour show. Always have a great time. One more thank you to Chelino's, and we will see you on the next one. Coach's Show tomorrow. We'll be having a great time with Bethany High Soccer. See you then. Have a great night. God bless.
God bless.